Good morning. Look at that sky. You know what that means? We're going to get all kinds of productivity done at the garden today. Today's plan, peppers. After peppers, onions. After onions, leeks. So let me show you what we're working with here. So these are the peppers we're planting today. We have one yellow pepper. It's long and cylindrical, kind of like a Super Shepherd, but it was given to me last year and I don't know what it's called, so I just called it yellow pepper. We have 5 California Wonders. So those are just bell peppers. I wanted a lot more, but I had a lot of problems with seedlings dying, so we've only got 5, which kind of sucks, but we'll work with it. This whole tote here are Alma paprika peppers. For those of you that don't know, paprika comes from peppers, and they're about that round. They look like a big red apple. So I grow all kinds of those. So that whole tote are Almas. And then here we have Hungarians, which are another type of paprika pepper. We're going to try those this year. I was given 2 plants last year and I saved some seeds. So we're going to grow. So we're going to have 2 different kinds of paprika pepper this year. I'm pretty excited. And then in here, this front section here are jalapenos. And I've just got it divided with a slab of cardboard so I know what's going on. And then, like, look at this. It just gear bomb everywhere. Just scatter your stuff everywhere. Claim your spot. That's what we're doing here. All right. So we are going to turn this whole bed into peppers. I haven't counted. I'm not entirely sure what's here. So we're just going to kind of make holes as we go. I mean, I figure I'll do a whole bunch, and then if I need more, I'll just plant more. So that's no big deal, or cut more. So we're going to plant the peppers 1 across from each other, 12 inches apart. This, from that green line to that green line, is 11.5 inches. So basically we're just going to use those 2 strips as our guide. And when you're doing something like this, so I got this piece of 2x2 here, right? I want those peppers on 12-inch centers. So to make things easy, I'm just going to cut that piece of 2x2 down to exactly 12 inches. And then I don't have to use my measuring tape to do the 12 inches anymore. I can just basically line up the holes and move the wood and line up holes and make holes as I go. So that's where we're going to start. So it's a pretty simple process. All we're doing is we're going to line up that piece of wood with the cut on the back side, make a cut on the front side, move the wood, make a cut, and off we go. Just like that, and we're just going to work our way down the line. So you can see it's a lot easier if you pre-mark everything. Then you can literally just work yourself down the line super fast. So I'm going to finish another, I don't know, 10 holes or something on the ground. And then we're going to get out the torch and we're going to melt them. That's why I don't care if the squares I'm cutting out are perfect. It doesn't matter, because once I get the torch to it, it's just going to melt all the edges anyways. All right, so now we've got all the holes cut. We're going to use one of these torches. If you don't have one, you should get one. Look how fast this works. Oh, torch went out. My torch has been going out. I don't know why. Let's get it going. There we go. Just a quick, that's all it takes. Woo. I think I'm running out of gas. Anyhow. There, see? No more fraying edges. So we go from edges that fray to nice melted edges that don't fray. I got to finish that up. My torch went out, but see, nice clean holes. And I only want these basically big enough to get my trowel in here, dig a hole, and be able to fit my root mass that's from my solo cup into that hole. That's as big as I want, because the bigger these holes are, the more weeds that are going to grow in. Well, we're making progress. Look at that. We got all those holes dug. I think I counted 46. I think that's probably pretty close to what we're going to need. So this is why I do everything in sequence, right? Mark them, cut them, dig them all out. And it's easier that way than switching from the blade to the torch, then to the shovel, and the blade, the torch, and the shovel, and so on and so forth. Just mark them, cut them, melt them, dig them. Now I'm going to start laying out all my peppers, and I'll just start laying them in the trenches here, both sides, because we're going to do you know, one variety together and another variety together and another variety, and we'll just work our way down, and then we're just going to start putting peppers in holes. So if the holes are too deep for the root mass, it's okay, because if there's a depression in the soil when I water these, it's going to allow water to sit in that depression and sink down into the peppers. So it's all right if some of these are a little deep. That's a couple of peppers, eh? I'm not sure of the total count. I think 50, I think. So yeah. So basically what we've got is we've got the Alma paprika peppers, and then we have the Hungarian paprika peppers, then we have jalapenos, then California Wonders, and then that one yellow pepper that I'm not too sure what it is. That's that fella right there, and that's why we put it on the end, so we can keep an eye on it. So now we're just gonna plant all these. We got them all in. Got all the labels in front of them all. It's looking awesome. So I will be staking these. I have 4-foot bamboo stakes. It's in the van. I just didn't bring the clips with me today, so I can't stake them, so they're gonna get staked tomorrow. So the next step is just gonna be to water them all in. I can't clean up the dirt today either, because I don't have buckets to move the dirt. But what's eventually gonna happen is we're gonna put more geotextile down on that grassy section, and we're gonna grow watermelons there. And so I'm going to use all the little piles of dirt you see all around here on the geotextile to make my mounds for my watermelons. So, because it's got all the soil amendments and stuff in it, right? And that is essentially field. So, all right, let's give these things a good old water. So that's about that for this one. Got all those beautiful peppers in the ground. Grow, baby, grow. That's all we got to say, right? It's finally starting to warm up. It's going to be 25 Celsius today, so I've been holding back on putting peppers in the ground. Even with digging the holes, put my hands in that soil. The soil is still relatively cold, but we're on the upswing for temperatures, so that's not really much of a concern anymore. So if you like this one, subscribe to the channel, guys. We're going to be doing all kinds of awesome stuff. Give me a big thumbs up. Leave me a comment if you want. Grow good food, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace!